Radiant team ban.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's broadcast of Make It Rain and ZJB, who are also known as Rape, I believe. Don't worry, not like rape, it's
Dire team ban.
some acronym for something weird.
Radiant
Anyway, so we're here at the
team
DoGamingLeague League Championship,
Dire
essentially
team pick.
at, not the championship just yet, but you guys know what I mean. Basically, this will decide the group, and joining me for this fanatical occasion is Recoil. Recoil, say hello to the lovely fans.
Good day, fans. Hope you guys are doing well. How's it, Robsy? Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing terribly, actually.
Alchemist.
Oh, that's not good. Why?
My
Radiant
co-caster
team
just
pick.
bought Battle Fury for the mana regen. My card.
That's unfortunate.
Anyway,
that is really
so
unfortunate.
let's jump into what we see in front of us here. It's Bad Rider IO, Lifestealer Tree banned out. This is completely normal bans, no surprises just yet. The OD pick up first, the DS pick up first for
10
ZJB.
seconds remaining.
And OD and Alchemist are quite popular with Hellbird. I know he really
Radiant
enjoys
team
those two
ban.
heroes. He feels like OD can't lose mid lane to anyone, and Alchemist is obviously just such a awesome carry, we can say. And then the
Dire
Dark Knight
team
pickup
ban.
from ZJB. So with the first four picks out of the way, what are you getting the feel from these teams? What do you think their game plan is going further? What do they need to do in the second ban phase?
Oh, well, Robsy, you know, the first two bans from Make It Rain, you know, very, very good bans. I mean, first off, you have a very good mid solo. I mean, OD, one of the very popular mid solos, very good. Alchemist, also a very popular mid. Also, well, we've seen him played as support, but also, you know, very good carry. So, you know, Make It Rain looking towards probably a mid to late game lineup. I mean, they have the OD for the mid game, and in the Alki transitions from the mid game to the late game. So, you know, they've got that. And then with the Docs and the Dragonites, you know, Docs are always a good team fight hero. I really like him in a team fight because, you know, vacuum wall creates so much chaos. So that I'm enjoying. And the DK, I hope, you know, hopefully we see him run mid. Can't really say that now, but yeah, I think that's very good pickups from them so far.
Yeah, nothing unusual coming out from the band stage. Maybe the Naga Siren, but that's not really something special or whatever. Dark Dragonites, I feel he's kind of forced out of middle lane purely because he is actually a very mana dependent mid lane hero, purely because he needs his breathe fire to CS. He's a lot like Magnus, where he can CS with right clicks, but you know, at the end of the day, it's going to be his breathe fire that really gets him the CS that he needs. An Outworld Devourer is just going to steal his mana and just have a glorious time. And wow, this is going to be great. Nature's Prophet, Rubik, and Jakiro picked up. That's probably three of my favorite heroes just picked up in perfect succession right there. Nature's Prophet, fantastic global presence. Jakiro, incredible engagement potential. And Rubik, who's obviously as good as the opposing team. So, wow, this is going to be really a great team to watch, and that's Make It Rain. So far, what's your prediction for the fourth pick from ZJB? Who do they still need? And do you want to talk about their possible tri-lane and what you think of it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, the Vengeful Spirit coming out. You know, two very strong supports, two very versatile supports coming out from ZJB. You know, so they're already, I think we might see an aggressive tri-lane because depending on obviously what carry they pick, two very, very strong supports. And with the Nature's Prophet, if they do run him in the bush, then that offlane is, if they do run an aggressive tri-lane, then it's going to be a tri versus dual lane. This tri-lane will win. I mean, you've got a good lockdown from Venge, Icepath from Jakiro. You know, whoever the carry is, you're going to get a kill. It's so much lockdown. The offlane, if it's Nature's Prophet, he's going to have a bit of a hard time. Just from the fact that there is so much lockdown. And, you know, the fifth pick here, you know, I'm always bad at guessing these things. My co-caster Mouse always tunes me about it. But you know, I'd like to see quite a strong mid and late game carry. So maybe something like a Jug. I don't know if that will come out because there is a lot of lockdown. You know, Vengeful Spirits, Stun, Magic Missile, and then into the spin from Jug. It does deal a lot of damage.
There's still Weaver in the pool. If Halberd really wants to go full
yes.
greed, what he can do, and what I kind of hope he does, is just be... Actually, it's too greedy, but Nature's Prophet in the bush, Alchemist Rubik, safe lane top, they're okay. OD will win middle lane, there you have it, and Weaver will be taking that suicide lane, because then Weaver won't lose the lane,
10 seconds
but he might
remaining.
not be able to win it. Against a Darkseer, Weaver should do fairly well unless
5
Darkseer
seconds
plays
remaining.
very aggressively. But I mean, you already have one out of your 3 lanes. Your top lane
Reserve
shouldn't
time.
lose terribly. If anything does go very wrong, your carry is a Dragon Knight, and Ruby can just pick him up and throw him around like a little pillow that he is. And I just feel like you can go very greedy, but I think Halberd is a bit more calm. He realizes what's at stake here. And just to remind everyone, the stakes are high. The winner of this game, of this series rather, will be taking the top position in Group D, and that is a very big deal, guys. So they're straight into the playoffs, and yeah, it's gonna be a very good game. Still waiting for the final pick. It should, I think, I don't know. I feel a support. I want to say support hero.
You want to say support? What do you think? You thinking Nature's Prophet in the long lane?
Yeah, put Nature's Prophet in the long lane. Give a nice roaming support with the Rubik, and then you're ready to go. But the thing is,
Yeah.
like, you can actually take, you can put like Alchemist on the support, and then take a harder carry.
Yeah.
And then if this game goes to late game, you have a very strong Nature's Prophet at that point in time. You have a very strong Alchemist, as he is going to be accumulating the gold throughout the game. And then your hard carry, whoever that may be, can just pick up gold from the beginning. So they can play very, very greedily from this. I'm not too sure what Halberd's approach is going to be here. But let's, I think we've kind of... Okay.
Oh,
Remember that hero?
Radiant team.
Yeah, not a hero that we see get picked up much these days, eh?
Yeah, we saw the Premier guys pick him up earlier today. And, ooh.
Ooh,
That is
Ricky.
interesting. The Ricky Maru
Very, very
people.
interesting.
A Mame Sing is
That
gonna be taking it.
I like a Ricky. I mean, always such a good ganging presence from a Ricky if the other team doesn't have enough detection. And with the Ricky on the team, you're going to make your opponent spend a lot of gold on detection.
Very true, but I mean, he can also get shut down very quickly. With heroes like Clockwork, with heroes like a Rubik, can pick him up fairly, destroy him fairly quickly. Heroes like Ultraworld Devourer can just completely take him out of the fight. Then you get Alchemist also can do his thing, can very easily burst down a Rikimaru at low HP. You can go ahead and go through ZJB, or you can go through both teams actually.
Prepare.
Both teams. Okay, so on the side of ZJB, we have Jeepers Tetherax on the Venge, making what? A May missing, I think, on the Ricky. A Mame Sing, my bad. Sorry for butchering your names, guys. 5 on the Dragonites and Frenetic on the Darkseer, and then also we're going to see Overdrive on the Jakiro. And then on the side of Rain, we're going to see Halberd taking the mid solo obs. Some Chinese name on the Alchemist, my bad. Squilly Wrath on the Rubric, Illusion on the Clock, and Disturbed on the Nature's Prophet.
So this is going to be quite interesting, I feel.
Yeah.
Oh. You were saying?
Yeah, definitely very... Sorry to cut you off there.
No.
Very interesting indeed. I mean, Nature's Prophet for me is one of my favorite heroes. I love playing a Nature's Prophet in the bush, just because if he doesn't get ganged in the bush, you can make him such a great late game carry. I mean, he's I feel one of the best late game carries if he gets his farm up. So I think we're going to see the Nature's Prophet in the bush. He has got sort of a bush build, bush builds. So yeah, and then this trial lane we're going to see a clock runner support. So also very interesting.
Yeah, sorry, I was just looking at the immortal on the side of the vengeful spirit. It's quite pretty. I won't lie. I will not lie.
Really?
So what do you think this Ricky Mario? How are they going to play this out? They're putting him in the safe lane, letting him get as much farm. The question is, a Ricky farmed versus an Alchemist farmed. Who are you more afraid of? And I'm very excited to see Mez stats on this. On that hero, which he'll hopefully be bringing them up fairly soon. But what's your opinion on the Ricky versus Alchemist story that we have at the moment?
Well, okay, in my opinion,
Actually, you're going to have to hold your horses there. They're going to try to make a play onto Frenetic. They maybe popped that a bit early. Beautiful cogs now. Frenetic's forced to wait it up, and it's going to be this chain. That is a beautiful chain. Will there be enough? They're trying to body block him. They're going to be getting him very low. This should be first blood going the way of the other team, and he gets away with 27 HP. Slight misplay from Rain there. I feel like they should have waited for the surge to come out, but hey, that's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess.
Definitely. But yeah, going back to the Alki Ricky, I think that if we look at a late game Ricky versus a late game Alki, if the Alki's got some sort of detection for the Ricky, so the Ricky doesn't get the jump on him, then the Alki will win it. I mean, we all know how powerful a Alki is with his ulti and with the Majolna. I mean, he attacks so fast. So, you know, I'd like to see the Ricky win, but I feel the Alki will take the late game.
Yeah, top lane again, we're seeing a lift. There won't be cogs this time. Getting a bit too ahead of ourselves, but middle lane there is an attempt at a gang. There's going to be the first stun. They know that this hero is not very versatile in the beginning of the game. He really just needs to get some farm up, get some stuffles, and well, that's actually a very interesting stat. Ricky beating Alchemist that high amount of times. But yeah, the problem with Outworld Devourer middle is he's tough to gank, but easy to gank at the same time. He doesn't really have an escape, but he can delay the fight slightly, or he can take someone crucial out of the fight. That's why it's a bit tricky to deal with him in the mid lane. But I feel like ZJB are doing the right thing by attempting at least to shut him down as much as possible. And we're seeing that Dragon Knight is just completely getting out CS at the moment. I mean, it's actually, what? Okay, he's actually winning his lane. What are you doing, Albert?
He is indeed winning his lane. That is quite interesting. Because I don't know, I can't remember who told me this. It might have been you, Robsy, but when the Outward Devourer Astral imprisons the enemy opponent and a CS drops, a creep drops, the enemy opponent won't get the XP from it.
Yeah, that's
so
very true.
if you time those right, did you tell me that, man? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that.
Well, I mean, in Mez's defense, this is one of Halberd's big things. Like, every time that we cast a Outworld Devourer, he's always complaining that the ODs don't time it correctly and that they should be further ahead in experience. I mean, you can see him harassing that mechanic right now. He's doing fairly well with denying experience, as you can see. He is ahead, as you will see as soon as this creep wave dies. But unfortunately, because of the creep equilibrium, we can't see that in action right away. But I think he is technically ahead in experience points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. They pretty much par, eh? I think, yeah, pretty much even. Yeah. So not too much in that.
Yeah, but it is something that Halberd is aware of and is a fan of her abusing that mechanic of the game. But what I'd really like to point out is that the pulls happening are really helping these supports, except that it's only a level 1 Rubik. Compare those to the supports on the Radiant side, you actually have a very similar story. I was really hoping that these supports were doing a bit better, but Jakiro only sitting on level 1, and it's not really want to be your Rubik and Jakiro. They're heroes that don't especially need levels, but I mean, Rubik needs his level 6. That's a predefined thing with Rubik. Like, you need your level 6, and not getting that with him is quite difficult. But the problem is you also need level 6 on Clockwork, So it's
Yeah.
kind of a tough situation.
Definitely. Robsy, I just want to point out here, Rain actually stacked this camp over here 3 times, and then Doxia saw that and put an iron shell there, and actually took a few of those creeps. So that's pretty funny in my opinion. They were probably stacking it for the Alki, and Doxia was like, "No, those are mine. I want those creeps." So yeah, unfortunate they're going the way of Rain.
So, my theory with the Ricky Alchemist thing is Ricky's kind of forced to go into a very mid-game orientated build because Alchemist should be hitting his or normal heroes late games at about the 30-minute mark. That's when you expect an Alchemist to be fully slotted. And if he's going to be their gem carrier, or rather their gem career, then I did say gem, right? Anyway, I don't think he will be. But if he is, then he'll be as sorted as he wants to be around the 25-minute mark, especially since he is going this 3 levels in Greevil Greed. Ignoring Acid Spray, which is kind of an interesting decision, means that he really does not want a team fight early. They aren't going to be looking to put early pressure. That's just deductions based on Alchemist's build. It might not be consistent with the team's current mind state. There's a movement top.
Yeah, there's a lot of TPs going in on top lane. I mean, that Ricky already invis, and they don't have any detection. Oh no, they do. They've got some sentries, so, but none down, so they're not going to see the Ricky come yet.
And Swirly Rat walks into 3 heroes. That's going to be a beautiful stun. No Ice Path yet. Ice Path behind these guys. Illusion quarters the nose cogs. He's going to be pushing out the overdrive now. Illusion gets caught in the smoke, and he's going to be going down as well. Very good. What's that? That's like guerrilla warfare right there, man. They were just camping, and then boom, jumped on them. Something that must be considered is that they did spend 4 teleport scrolls, I believe. And now, hold up, this is ongoing. Alchemist now falling. And Mamesing takes the triple kill. Wow. And there's creeps skipping.
That's a lot of gold for that Ricky right now. I mean, he's just got a K from that alone. So at this point, yeah, the Alki's a bit ahead of him on CS, but 3 kills, dude. It's a lot of gold.
Yeah, and that's what because I was just about to say, like with Greevil's Greed, even if you stay precisely on par with an Alchemist, you still won't outfarm him, so you have to go into a mid-orientated build, and you have to take fights very early. And the problem with that is that Rain just allowed them to do it. Ricky getting a triple kill in the top lane. He's now sitting with his... he's actually back bottom. He's just going to continue farming. There's no attempt to shut him down. Nature's Prophet is going to get scrutinized. That's not the right word, but he's going to get harassed continuously by this Ricky Murray. And that's a little bit of a problem, allowing a Ricky to freely move about in the bottom lane when your Alchemist can't even do the same in top lane.
Invisibility.
Yeah, it's going to cause a bit of an issue because, well, as we see now, you know, the Natures has an Invis rune. I don't know if he's wanting to go in on this. He is alone. He's probably just scouting out.
Well, there are 3 heroes middle. They could be looking at making something happen as soon as 5 decides to go in for the CS, which would be around about now. Disturb should really, if they want to make a move, he should be a bit closer. The tower range isn't there exactly. Unfortunately, we don't see tower range, but we do see observer range.
Yes, we do indeed. But yeah, look, this Ricky now, okay, he's still farming up top pretty decently. I mean, he's getting, I don't know what he's thinking. I thought, you know, generally on a Ricky, a Diffusal Blade would be best, but it doesn't look like he's going Diffusal Blade. It's not generally a early game or mid game build, so to speak.
It looks like he's building up his Yasha. And hold up, there's going to be engagement bottom. Mamesing goes in, the teleports are coming out already. The Ice Path slides, that's going to trap the teleporting hero as well. Now there's another TP coming out. Will Illusion have the level 6? He doesn't. He's going to send some rockets, trying to scout out what's happening here. And now Rubik kind of sitting bottom and is like, why am I here again? Fortunately, leaves Alchemist to get some experience, etc. Another pick-off going the way of... That was for Ricky. Oh no, that time it went to Jakira.
Yeah, Jakira got that one. But yeah, also, you know, the Halberd in mid has his mech now, and not really any big items yet up on the DK. But this, you know, I'd like to keep my eyes closely glued to the Alchemist, because he does have his hand of Midas, and with Greevil's Greed, he should, having, so to speak, free farm against this Darkseer, he should actually get his gold up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that the super greedy approach from the Alchemist was the correct approach, purely because, you know, you should know that the Rikimaru is going to say, okay, I want to gang your supports fairly early on. And if you're a farming Alchemist, you don't want to fight until that 30-minute mark. And I don't know, it feels like they're just buying the Riki a bit too much space than they really have to. On that note, Alchemist will, the longer this game goes, the heavier Alchemist is going to get, and the harder it is for the Riki to kill him off unless Riki gets fed, as we have been seeing. But basically, it comes down to the Alchemist and the Riki. But I feel like we've been saying this a lot, but if you look at the mid heroes, these are also going to be heroes who are going to play an exceptionally crucial role in this game. Halberd, I mean, how many intelligence heroes are there on the other side of the team? Both their carries, okay, well, the one carries agility and the other one is strength, so that means that they're going to take a crap load of damage from the ulti that Halberd's going to be throwing out. And I mean, that's going to be a big thing. Now looking at top lane, there's a bit of engagement. There's going to be the Sprout onto Frenetic, and now Mamesing is going to be looking to get involved here. He gets the Iron Shell on top of him, and Disturb's forced to run around. He may have overextended himself a bit too much. Now there's going to be the jump, and the most kind of unsurprising, or what do you call that type of kill, man? Disappointing kill? It just kind of happened.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, everyone's there. He's gonna die. So maybe, yeah, disappointing kill. I think I'd go with disappointing kill. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So the problem is that, I don't know. I just feel like, my goodness, they're giving the Stealth Assassin so much space that he is able to be super effective. And he's going to be using, I believe it is, Blink Strike on Halberd, and I believe it will be super effective. And Halberd makes the mistake of going back. Now there's going to be an engagement. He's silenced up. He gets stunned right in the middle, and there's not enough reaction times. And no one could have saved you from that type of gank. And now Mamesing has his Yasha in the bank and picking up another Alacrity.
Blade of Alacrity, yes, that's right. I don't know. I really don't. Look, Yasha, maybe Manta style. Maybe he's looking at a Manta. I know that's always good for the survivability part of being a Rikimaru. But now looks like he's changed his mind and wants to go a Diff Blade. Very interesting.
I mean, Yasha also gives you that high movement speed and makes you quite a tough one to catch and easy to run people down. So yeah, it's fairly good, but I really just need to mention before this fight, look how out-leveled the Rain are at the moment. And whoa, what is happening here? Amazing. Unstoppable on an Alchemist, casually, and now there's going to be another big engagement. There goes the Ice Path, beautiful vacuum, slightly flips the Ice Path, and that's all the heroes dropping very low. Don't know if the mech was popped there. The mech was popped earlier, a bit too early, and that's a triple kill for a Mamesing, and team wipe.
Yes, that is very unfortunate. I mean, they're just giving this Riki so much. Okay, he hasn't got, his CS isn't that much. Okay, it's second on the board, but I mean, like, looking at his net worth, it's nearly going on to just under about 2.5k above the Darkseer, and if you go above the Alki, it's 3k above the Alki. So that's a lot of gold going the way of that Riki. I mean, 7.5k net worth at the moment.
Yeah,
wow,
not only
that's all I can say.
Is you're subduing the Alchemist. Like, Alchemist has no effect anymore. It's 14 minutes in, he's sitting on phase boots. Yeah, like, he's sitting on a phase boots. That's all that he has for combat. He doesn't have any drums. He has nothing. And this is where I feel, this is where Handamitis hasn't accomplished anything just yet. So they're going to really have to turtle this game out. But then you have Halberd picking up a very early mech, which could suggest that they would like to team fight early. You have heroes that can team fight early, like when they get their level 6. But as I have been trying to point out, and what?
Yeah,
So
I just watched that happen. That was just a casual swap into Blink from Ricky and dead. Basically, that's what happened. not much else you can say about that.
Oh, this is not looking good for Make It Rain.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Not at all. I mean, also, you know, yeah, you have the mech on the OD, but when
There's
in
a surge,
a
and now
team fight like
Halbert's going to get engaged upon. There's going to be the blink from the SA, and there's a vacuum out of Ice Path. Quite interesting there. 2-man stun from the Alchemist, but that should be the end of this fight. Illusion going to go drop down fairly quickly as well. That's a double kill going the way of the main thing. He's just able to pick up every single game, and that's the GG from Halbert. They're going to go game 2. This was a lot of fun.
No, they're not. They forfeited game 2. Halbert's just said we FF game 2. So, okay.
Okay, so there seems to be some internal problems with Rain, and that's where we will be ending tonight. Sorry for such a disappointing cast and such a short cast as well, but hey, sometimes Dota is like this, and obviously high pressure, high intensity game. And yeah, do you have any shoutouts?
Yeah, I've got a shout out to, again, all my RCG boys, Lord Mouse and Zalon, my 2 co-casters from RMX Casting. Shout out to Rebel, the owner of Solo, for giving us so much, and to the DGL sponsors. Shout out to DGL as well.
Yeah, and just thanks to all you lovely viewers for joining us. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but hey, you know, I'm sure everything is fine. They're probably just tired. It's been a fairly long weekend for these guys, a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. And yeah, apart from that, I think that is all. Shout out to all you lovely people out there in the crowd tonight, at your homes, on top of your what is it called again? The chair, yes. The chair.
The chair, Robsy, the chair.
Indeed,
that's generally what people sit on.
Well,
and I'd just like to say, for my streaming part, sorry, thanks for Robsy. Thanks, Robsy, for letting me cast with you. Always lovely casting with you. I love it.
Oh man, I enjoyed casting with you as well, I will not lie. And for the VOD part, I hope you guys enjoy seeing this on YouTube, and comment and subscribe. Yes, I did just throw it in a live cast. Oh yes. But to find out where my YouTube channel is, obviously if you're watching this apart from now, you've already found it, but you have to go follow me and like me on Facebook, and then I'll post the links up there, and you'll guys get updates, and it'll be a fun time, and we'll go drinking at Rage. Anyways, that is all for me, Robsy. Do follow me, and just get to all these people and find out how best you can support the South African community, because that's really all that we're doing here. Anyway, love your faces, and see you soon.
Cheers, guys.